You're listening to Kingdom Radio. On today's show, we have former Army Ranger Special Forces and former Army Drill Sergeant Joe Lnu. Welcome to the Joe Lnu interview, part 2 on Kingdom Radio.
Joe Lnu was like an expert Christmas light installer, top crew, #1 crew, 2 years in a row. What do you think of that clip, dude?
I like that clip, just like the first ones we used, right?
Yeah, but it's more durable. We've been using these circle clips where, you know, like, because when you take them off, they don't fall off or they're not flimsy. It's a circle, so it goes through it in the socket. You know, you put the bulb in the socket together with the circle in the middle, and it's just on there. It's been working so much better, but it's only straight. You can't do the, you know, the bi-directional flip clip. So when you're doing,
now you have one. You've incorporated the circle with the bi-directional.
Yeah, exactly. It's we're getting 1 million of them, 1 million of them. So small investment.
But for an installer, man, that makes a huge difference. Whatever clip you've got, whatever clip you need.
I mean, yeah, not only that, but if you're doing a house and you do it like where every bulb, no matter if it's gutter, I mean, there is nothing out there that's made except for this. But having all the bulbs, no matter where it is, facing up, I mean, it shit looks just so much cleaner. Like when you go by other houses, you're like, man, it looks like slop. And all the neighbors will know it too, because you'll point it out to everybody. And you're the only one that'll have that clip. I think it's genius. It'll be great this year.
Well, yeah, once you point out the bad orientation of a light on a house, you can't unsee it. You'll start seeing it everywhere.
Oh yeah,
That's true.
Up here where I'm at, there was, I guess it was one installer did a neighborhood where my ex-wife lives, and they all had them sitting out on a horizontal orientation straight out to the street, and just drive through it. And it's horrible.
It's dude, when you've been in the when Joe Lnu was the director of operations for us in, what was that, 2020, Joe?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
2020.
It was 600.
The year of our COVID.
the year of our COVID.
No shit. It was 643 properties we did that year. And oh my God, it was day and night, 20 hours a day. I mean, you lived in the garage, right?
That's no lie. That's good times. The only problem with that is, man, you get so worked up and pushing so hard and going, that's like when Christmas comes, it's like a letdown.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
It's a crash.
It's like, oh man, it's like you need counseling to get your sanity back. I mean, we've been doing it for 5 years, dude.
Nah, it's a grind, man. It's a grind.
Yeah.
I kind of enjoy it, the grind, but that's all you can do. You can't do anything else.
Yeah, it's not. But once you've been in the, like, you know, if you're a roofer, like right now, you're like one of the biggest roofing companies, you're the head guy there. But, you know, when you're in roofing, I mean, when you drive around, you just see roofs. I mean, you can't help but not, once you see it, you can't help but not see it. And everywhere you drive, you're just seeing roofs. I mean, it's like
same
that.
with fences. Fences are the worst.
Oh, yeah. You know, fences.
It's hard to see a good fence.
well, not just that. You know how much those materials cost and how much someone probably paid someone to put that up. And you're like, oh, my God, dude. Oh, jeez.
I tell you, in the North Texas area, it's pretty good, actually.
Oh, with the metal post fences?
here.
Yeah, I think the best. But in Houston, it's not like that. The quality here is
maybe
like
the best
terrible.
market. Well, I travel quite a bit. You go to like Colorado and anywhere else. New Orleans, the worst fences I've ever seen in my life. I've watched them. It was a paid crew. This wasn't a homeowner. I watched them put pickets up build a 6-foot wooden fence where the rails are coming through. They don't stop on a post. They just stop out there in the middle. And they put a block on it. Like, somebody's paying you for that? That's
Right.
amazing.
I mean, what am I doing working here, man?
Man, you go to that. I don't know how many fences I could build if I could just put them up like that.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, 100%. Well, you know, you get what you pay for. And I remember
the
building
fences look like
fences.
shit.
We don't do it anymore, but I remember building fences and being the cheapest guy in town. That's, you know, cool for about 3 months until you're working for free for 3 months. And you're like, you know what? I need to start charging some money for what I'm doing.
Now, you know what I always did? I started out, wasn't trying to be cheap, but I had to make that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear that.
So when Joe Lnu was working with us. Remember that? Hey, turn that up. He's talking about Christmas lights. Every time I would tell Joe, like, hey, Joe, let me tell you this story about this client. I mean, here's the story. Here's what's going on. Here's what's going on with the family and what's, and this and that. And he's like, dude, all I need is just, we're going here. Give me the address. Tell me what we need and get the hell out of my face. Yeah. I was like, no. Okay.
I got to hear about 3 seasons back in Grandma and the year it was a bad Christmas and something happened. I said, man, that's all great. But I just need an address.
Yeah. Don't just send anyone over there, dude. This person's a personal friend of mine. I kept saying, like, every time I was trying to convince him of a story of how important this customer was to me.
Shit. They're all important, man.
He's like,
they were all important.
Just give me an address and go back in the office. You're like, all right.
My favorite part was towards the end of the season when we were like, you'd come in the office and you say, okay, I need this many more houses for the day. And I'd like start popping them out and you'd give Ron a whole hard time about getting his ass back in there on the phone. Get your ass back in there on the phone.
Dude, we had a freaking machine going on that year, dude. That, I will say this. I mean, just like trumped up charges, you also coined this phrase, it was a calendar year, 100%. 2020 was our best year ever, 100%. We had a freaking machine going on in that 2-car garage inside that house. I have no idea how we pulled that shit off, but we did it and we rocked it out, dude. Hell yeah.
Now, you know what? Actually, we did pretty good on that.
Oh, dude,
that was a good year.
You were gonna actually parlay the Christmas lights into this dog poop removing business or something. Hey, boss, I think the company name is Doggy Duty.
Shitty idea.
You're pretty hot on that.
Still on the table. Still on the table. I need some funding. Oh yeah.
It's still in the
well, I'll tell you again. One of the problems you have in Christmas lights, it's a seasonal type thing. Nobody's like, I'm a professional Christmas light installer because you're not going to work most of the year. So you're getting a lot of seasonal people, a lot of guys that are trying to make more extra money for Christmas, or they're in construction jobs like how I got there. I'm in the fence business and it dies around that time period.
Yep.
So I'm looking for supplemental income. I don't know what I'm doing. So I got to learn fast. But you get guys, you got to talk them to getting on ladders. You know what I'm talking about. You don't have that problem picking up dog poop.
Yeah.
I think it's the Joe Lnu drill sergeant is having like withdrawals.
From now on, you will speak only when spoken to, and the first and last words out of your filthy sewers will be sir. Do you maggots understand that? Sir, yes, sir!
This is very therapeutic, talking to these low-life scumbag sub-bitches in front of me.
Fake news that it was just mentioned that way.
And just make them say, yes, boss, I will pick up dog shit for you.
You are reading that 100% correct. It's not at all.
For the record, boss, he changed it to incorrect.
I have
fake news.
Very serious about this. I have nothing but respect for anybody that's willing to work with me or work for me.
Exactly.
You know what? You're absolutely right. And everyone loved you too. The next year, Laura, there was like 4 or 5 people said, yeah, I'm busy. I'm doing electric. Nah, I really can't come back this year. Man, I'm making all this money a week and this and this. But is Joe coming back? I mean, if Joe's coming back, then, I'll just come back and hang out with you guys. I mean, that was so much fun. If Joe's coming back, I'll be there. Just let me know. Have you talked to him?
I'm talking to him right now. You're listening to Joe Lnu on Kingdom Radio.
But yeah, that's true though, right, Laura?
Ain't that right, boo?
True.
Yeah.
No, that's good. I mean, I enjoyed working with everybody. I mean, well,
Almost everybody. I can think of a couple I didn't enjoy.
The ones I didn't enjoy working with, we didn't work with them very long, so
That's
it worked
right.
out.
I can't believe 2 of them died like within a month to 6 months after the Christmas party.
Yeah, man,
It happens.
opiates are a bad thing.
Yeah. No, and then Ram, remember Ram? He had cancer, throat cancer.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Ram called like, what was it, February, Laura?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah, it was like February. He called and he was like, hey, man, we're in Katy, and he's like, hey, I'm having a benefit luncheon, a barbecue, yeah, and it's kind of to raise money to help someone or, whatever. And I'm like, oh, shit, okay, whatever. Well, it's for me. And I have throat. I was like, what? And then he told me the details. He said he needed $12,000 to have this surgery, and if he couldn't get the money, then that was it. So he wanted to raise, and I was like, well, how many like barbecue plates do you plan on selling to get 12,000? And he said, well, my goal is to raise 9. And I'm like,
WTF, over?
why is your goal to raise 9? So we unfortunately didn't make it. We were busy, but he passed a few months after that, dude.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I
it wasn't
know.
long after his
I know.
barbecue. It was really
Yeah.
quick.
Man, I tell you what, we run across some really good-hearted people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of them that just bless your heart.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah, like the our elf friend, the leprechaun.
Yeah, Matthew.
yeah. Well, that's who I was. Didn't he pass away on an overdose?
Yeah, he did. He did. What was it, like 2 weeks or something? I
It
think
was 2
there
weeks
was.
after the party.
Yeah, what was it like? Someone had called asking about child support or something, or no, it was on
No. It wasn't.
So
he
they thought
went
he was
to-
faking his death to get
He
out of
went
child
to
support. or something.
unemployment, and then unemployment came after us. And when we started the appeal process or whatever, then we found out that he had overdosed.
Yeah.
They said, never mind. Never mind. We're gonna let this one go.
Yeah.
He went to the, I guess, unemployment. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was an
unemployment
unemployment
thing.
case that came through, and then all of a sudden, like 2 days later, he was saying that he had passed away, and I was going. At first, I was mad. I ain't gonna lie. At first, I was a little upset that he was filing unemployment. I was like, what the hell? And then all of a sudden, 2 days later, it was like, damn, he's gone. I was like, whoa, what the hell? How'd that happen?
Yeah, I was like, that's what you get.
And apparently, it all started at the
Isn't that
Christmas
terrible?
party.
That's what I thought at first, though. That's what you get.
Yeah.
It all
Jacking
started at
with
the
me.
Christmas party. He had something to drink, and then he wanted to do something else, and then he left, and then from that, it was just it was a roller coaster
Well,
downhill,
he drank.
and that was it, right?
He didn't just drink a little bit. He was pounding and got pretty intoxicated, and then he left to do other things. I guess I knew he had an opiate problem.
Yeah,
I knew he did.
Well, it probably didn't help that I paid him $50 to wear the elf costume,
Oh, I think it was great.
because he probably took that
Well,
money
there's
and bought
nothing wrong
drugs
with
with it. You know what I mean?
So what?
And I knew
Gonna
that
stop
was
the guy.
probably what was going to happen.
You
To be honest,
make your own decisions. You make your own bad choices, or you make good choices. You
yeah,
choose.
I just blame it 100% on Joe Lnu.
Whatever.
I had no culpability in it.
Yeah.
The only thing I did was try to
Exactly.
help the guy.
I know. Hey, dude, I tell you what, though, one of the greatest stories of that year, though, is our Rick Lnu with the lasagnas. Am I
Man,
right?
that's the weirdest thing I'd ever done.
You apologized. You apologized after that and said, "Man, I'm sorry because I feel like I just gassed you into this whole entire thing."
It didn't take much, did it, Ron? I mean, Joe.
No, he was primed, and I did gas him into it. But I tell you what, feeding the homeless, doing what we did down there that night, that made it all.
Oh my gosh, totally.
Dude.
It was the best.
The whole Rick Lnu thing, yeah, that was okay.
Dude,
That was actually meaningful. I think about that often, actually.
Let's break that down, dude. Let's break that down because there was this person is a multi-billionaire and he is a Christmas light customer, and everything's going great, but all of a sudden there was just this small delay, and here's the final payment, and it was dragging on, or something. Like I wrote it down on a napkin or something, and I'm like, well, do you still have the napkin? Well, I don't know what I did with the napkin, but then here it is like a week later, and I'm like, hey, did you by chance find that napkin? Can we settle this? And then he's like, oh, okay, yeah. Well, I don't want Kingdom to starve to death this Christmas, so I'll go ahead and take care of this. And then it was like, oh man, that was kind of low, but yeah, that's cool, whatever. I mean, I whatever. Damn, I was thinking about it. And then all of a sudden, we was punching in these card numbers, and it was like declined. And it was like,
You go in there and run the card, right? Because we've been talking about this. You don't want to ram the guy up, ruffle his feathers too much, because he's a good customer, and he spent some money. He spent some money like a baller on some Christmas lights.
oh yeah, number one customer
I
every
get it.
year. Yes.
So you come out there, and you tell me about I don't want nobody to starve there at Kingdom Christmas lights. Go ahead and run my card, and then you come back out the card's not good. I said, well, hell, I call him back. That's when my egging started.
Oh, yeah.
I call him back. Well, would you? I was like, yeah. I tell him, I was like, hey, man, everything okay down there? I don't want none of y'all to starve because your card declined.
You know what? You did
would've
coax me into saying that because I
Yes.
did say that to him.
Right.
Jesus.
But was I wrong?
Well, you know, I mean, he's just, every person's different. You know, Rick Lnu, he's one of those guys where he can take a joke. He's just a real fun person to be around. But just the situation that he had just said that to me, and now here it's going back to him. That part, he's just someone who can appreciate that, I think.
Well, I think, anybody can.
Yeah, of course.
Anybody can. You talking big, look, when you're talking big baller, well, I don't want nobody to starve at your house. Go ahead and run my credit card for yourself some charity.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I run that credit card and it's no good. It's like, yo, dude,
I'm going to have to agree with that statement.
who you talking shit to? It was good. It was good.
Yeah, it was like.
But that led into the lasagna.
Yeah, no. Yeah, what happened was I was like, hey, Rick, hey, you know, I was like, maybe I entered the numbers wrong. You know, I'm just giving him every, you know,
Hey,
maybe it was that.
Remember
you know,
we talked about this? That's how we got to lasagna because you're like, do I need to bring a casserole down there?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what I said, hey man, are you sure maybe I don't need to send some lasagnas down to you? And then, you know, so that way you don't starve to death. And then he goes, oh no, here's another one, right? I mean, it was like within seconds. He had this thing figured out, but he had like a problem with his lights. Like a week later, there was one bulb or something or whatever, and he goes, "Hey, can you come over and fix this? I'm having people over tonight." And I was like, "Yeah." So I sent someone over there. When the guy was over there fixing this one little thing, he goes, "Hey, did Ron give you a lasagna for me?" And then it was like, "Oh no, no, he didn't." But and then they called it. He was like, Ron said he'll personally deliver the lasagna. So as soon as he said that, that's when it was like, you know, start your engines, let's go. I mean, we started planning it out. That was when the green flag was waving on the raceway. Let's go.
No, it's called the one-up game. It's my time to one-up.
Oh yeah, it was like, everyone, we're not doing any Christmas lights today.
Now, y'all listen up. Take this company credit card, and I want every frozen lasagna in the Katy, Texas area here at this office today. Do you understand me?
How did all that come about? Because you were kind of like calling shots on that one.
I mean, the problem was we could find the lasagna. The problem, you couldn't find the oven time because each one had to bake for like an hour. So we had to farm them out at different people's houses.
Well, that's what we were going to do, but then I brought them all to. I called the Kroger and told them what was going on, that we were feeding the homeless.
Oh no, it wasn't Kroger. It was you're right.
In Richmond,
we didn't have enough time to get them done, and you took them to
a grocery store, a bakery
that cooked them for you.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
I told them, I said, we're going to be feeding the homeless tonight, and I got like 30, 40 lasagnas, and I did not even buy them here. I bought them at Costco and stuff. I'm sorry. But can I use your bakery so I can cook them so they can all be done at the same time? And he said, yes, absolutely. Kroger in Richmond. That was awesome that they did that.
I remember that.
Yep. Yeah. But then after that one, I got them all back. But before all this happened, once I figured that one out, still throughout that day, you were like, dude, he can't just have lasagnas and not have some salad to go with it, right? So we had like,
that's true.
We had like a 5-gallon bucket of freaking salad.
Bread. Bread
dude,
too.
You're like, man, we have to have bread. So there was like 7 or 8 rolls of bread. So then we're going to like do this big ass production. So we get back and we had this Christmas chariot, right? This Christmas trailer that had this big ass speaker that would shake the windows off your house. So we're all rolling down on this rolling restaurant, and I have Italian music playing through this $1 billion house neighborhood. And then we pull up into his house. Everyone's in the back of the trailer. As soon as we stop, I mean, just the music's going. He has no idea. You already coordinated it with everyone, so that we would know he was there, but he had no idea that we were coming. And then all of a sudden, it was like waiting staff coming up, setting up tables, tablecloth. 35 lasagnas sitting up there, all this bread, a big old presentation. That was awesome, dude.
Yeah, it was good. Then we left from there and went to downtown Houston and fed
What
the
did he
homeless
say
for the
when he
next 3
came
hours.
out?
That was good. I don't remember. I think he was just shocked.
Yeah, when he answered the
Questions
door.
like, or pretty much, what the hell is this?
Yeah. When he answered the door, I said, "Hey, Rick, I brought you some lasagnas. I didn't want you to starve, and here's the lasagnas for you." And he was just like just in total shock. And I was like, "I got some bread for you. That bread you could refrigerate some of this stuff. Once we had that laugh, he was like, "Yeah, I guess I could kind of bring it to the office lunch. I mean, he's already coming up with ways that he can use it." And I said, "No, dude, I'm just kidding. Laura made this personal one for you, but the rest of these, we're all about to get into this trailer. We're going to drive down to downtown Houston, and we're going to donate it to the homeless and feed the homeless a fancy Italian dinner." And then he's like, "And I don't think they need this bottle of wine." And he took that.
Yeah, that's how it went.
That it just happened, but that night was awesome because we followed what's his name, Leprechaun, down there to he knew exactly where all the homeless people were. He knew where everyone was. The places go, and we parked the trailer in there, and we fed like 2 or 3 different places. It was awesome, dude. That was one of the highlights of that season too.
No, it definitely was a highlight.
The people sleeping in tents under the bridge, and they were like, no one ever comes at this time of night, dude. I mean, and to have, music playing, Christmas music playing, and we're feeding like a fancy, like nice lasagna and salad and bread. I mean, we had the whole like Italian dinner for everyone. They're like, "Man, we never seen nothing like that. Who are y'all with?" And it was like,
We're with Kingdom Christmas Lights.
And our part 2 interview with Joe Lnu is only on Kingdom Radio.